Content warning. The following actual play may be considered disturbing by some audiences. This video may contain explicit language, violence, and depictions of trauma. This may not be suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised.
Waking early in the morning, Elena and Laurel wake the rest of the party. In varying states of alertness, the Agents of SHAILD discuss the oddities of the previous night. Zeek recalls that he saw a giant fireball streak across the sky. Elena recalled her dream of floating high above Icewind Dale, seeing the fireball up close, and hearing a cry for help in a strange language. Laurel thinks back to some stories she heard of nautiloid ships that could fly. This sparks Zeke's memories of mind flayers flying nautiloid ships across the plains. During their discussion of how to proceed, a small, purple, glittering magical tornado appears on the table. Spinning out of it, an ornate flask falls toward Call. Disco had made good on his promise to Call. After a couple tests on the flasks, the agents decide to continue to the Durgar outpost to hinder the flow of Chardolin. Excuse me. Approaching the outpost, the group decides to dim their lanterns and proceed cautiously. Splitting up in a pincer maneuver, Farron and Call go east, while Elena and Zeek and Laurel head west. With Zeek not finding any secret entrances, Laurel decides to take matters into their own hands and magically destroys a wall to make an entrance. This surprises the Durgar within as well as Call and Farron. The explosion alerted the Durgar to strike the alarm within and lift the drawbridge. Suspecting they were heard, Farron bars the northern door as the Durgar begin to convene on the agent's location. Two Durgar run down the stairs as they enlarge themselves, while an undead ogre smashes in the door that Farron barred. A pair of strange armored Durgar join the fray. These were different, with their faces twisted into a look of horror and silent screaming. After dispatching the ogre and its Durgar masters, the party begins to investigate the outpost. "Oh, heroes," can be heard echoing from the northwest within the structure, but no source was found. An obvious trap, Tall but Farron, lured the group in. "Come find me, heroes." Farron approaches and is skewered in a Chardolin spear trap. One last Durgar approaches the trapped and severely injured Farron and stabs him repeatedly. Transforming into a squirrel, Laurel sneaks through the spears and then proceeds to climb Nildar Sunblade's leg in an attempt to find some hidden nuts. After being punched out of squirrel form, Laurel runs and pulls the lever that deactivates the trap, releasing Farron. Capturing and restraining Nildar, the group begins to interrogate him. They learn that Zardarok Sunblight is building a dragon constructed from Chardolin with the heart of a red dragon in order to destroy and conquer Icewind Dale. Furthermore, they learn that Zardarok received his information directly from Deep Duetta, the Durgar goddess. Nildar attempts to escape, but fails. Having given this villain enough chances, they dispatch him. Exploring the outpost, the Agents of SHAILD find at least 40 crates of Chardolin ore. Farron, out of the corner of his eye, caught an Illithid briefly paused to watch him before walking through a wall. The party returns to Caer Konig in a somber silence. Relaying the events to a now magically sober Speaker Trovis and Corey and Allie, the agents become heroes and friends of the town. Trovis replies that he had had the same dream as Elena. That evening, Pharaoh and Zeek put their heads together and realized that there may be a way to use the Astral Plane to scry through most magical means and find those that have been eluding them. The only drawback is that the pair would need to return to the Astral Sea to study and practice the method. Following morning, Zeek and Pharaoh tell their plans to their friends. Leaving his goggles with Farron, Zeek plane walks to the Astral Sea with Pharaoh. And that is where we pick up. Still in the tavern. Which one is it? The North Look Inn in Caer Konig. Everybody's just kind of staring, completely befuddled as a dragon got big, made a portal, and your friend and the dragon walked through it.
I suppose. Okay, we're on our own.
For now.
For now.
I'm gonna spend a minute, like, really strapping Zeke's goggles onto Yami so they don't just fall off and get broken.
He just kind of sits there all dopey as you strap it on a little bit tighter, and you see his eye, like, kind of twitch a little bit, and you get a little loose on that side, and it's good to go.
You look so good, buddy.
Wonderful. Wow. So it is the 24th of Nightall. Is that true? 24th or the 25th?
25th now.
Oh, the 25th. Okay.
Yeah.
My big concern is that Charlatan dragon. And I imagine like we're around breakfast table or something, and I'm like, Charlatan dragon. Very quiet. I don't want to mention the dragon word very loudly.
Yeah, there's that.
Do you think we should wait on Zeek before trying?
After being skewered by the Charlatan, a dragon made of it would be with even with Zeke, I'm nervous.
How are we gonna beat something like that?
I mean, we could dismantle it.
With what?
That's what I'm hoping, is that maybe we can get in there before the big D is like a problem, and maybe get the king in the back, you know, the Zardarok, King Zardarok, before he activates the big D.
I mean, if he's making a giant D, he's got to be lacking somewhere.
I am a grown-ass adult. Okay.
It's usually good to, I guess it would be.
How would you hide something like that?
He's probably compensating for something.
Most likely.
But
Most
I
likely,
think
you're
you're
before
right.
it gets started, I guess.
I think you're right. Our best bet is to stop it from being made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we may need to talk about an assassination attempt. You know, we go in there and.
Well, I'm not the sneakiest type person, so whoever does that, whoever goes in there, that's a solo job from once they get in there. I'm sure.
I can sneak, and I'm going to grab my armor and shake how loud it is. This doesn't let me.
But what are you talking about? You're silent like the grave. No, that's terrible. That's horrible. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
could always try
know.
and find someone or hire someone, really. Hey, I'm just
If
pulling
only
from
we
my
could get a hold of
resources. I'm
Sapphire.
pulling from my noble resources here. When we wanted something done, we didn't want to get our hands dirty without somebody else to do it.
Well, the only person I know that could really pull something like this off, I shoved my sword through his chest. So
Right. Well. Should we head south? I suppose let's just decide on a direction first, right?
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause
when we
there's
went through
south and there's
through Caer
west.
Dineval, there was the whole situation with the speaker and some weird things. The elementals.
Yeah, we could. I just need some time to think, I think.
Wait, is that Chowder Town with no L? Is that where we're going? Really?
You get your flask, though.
You
You
have
have
your
your
flask
new
now.
flask.
I just that town rubs me the wrong way.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
The town that doesn't produce ale doesn't at least do something to boost morale.
We have yet to meet that speaker, too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's gonna be hard to meet him.
I'm pretty sure we have to make an appointment.
Yeah, he's like up on a hill, kind of.
It seems like he has caretakers, as I don't know what they call them.
Caretakers, more like worrywarts, is what they really are. No one there seems like a doctor of some kind.
You could no doubt talk our way in, Elena.
Well, you seem to be a bit of the diplomatic type, but I'm sure it could get us in somehow.
All right, let's head south.
DM.
Yes.
Do I know anywhere where we'd find armor besides Bryn Shander?
I don't think you have seen any place with any form of armor besides Bryn Shander.
Okay.
So south to Caer Dineval?
Yeah.
Wrapping up your breakfast and your planning and coming to terms with being just the four for now. You pay your respects to Corey and Allie. Speaker Trovis has left to go on an actual patrol as opposed to his drunken patrol. And you mount up with your dogs and Yami, Baron's Drake, and Fenris, Baron's odd talking wolf mount, heading south along the road to Caer Dineval. It's clear. It's still dark. And getting on towards a waning, the severest sliver of a waning crescent moon. Couple hours to get down to Caer Dineval. You arrive along the road. Not far. If you take a left from where you're at, here, let me switch to the Caer Dineval. You arrive along this road where it says to Caer Konig, and you can head just to the uphill climb or to the Caer.
Head straight to the uphill climb, I guess. Is the stables nearby? Where did we keep the dogs before?
The stables,
below, right?
There aren't really any stables in this town. You had left them, so you hadn't stayed. You left them outside the uphill climb. The last couple times you were here.
So yeah, the uphill climb.
You head back inside, and just Rourke is still there. And he looks up.
Hey, Rourke.
Seen
Paul
a lot
sits
of you.
down and stares at him intensely and just drinks out of his flask. Like, this is proper etiquette in a tavern.
And Elena's just gonna
We
like
had it. I'd
eyeball him
drink
and just like this right here, morality booster.
it. If I had it, we'd be drinking it.
Hmm.
Trust me, I'm pretty upset about it too.
Like, I understand we're kind of between everywhere and, Caer Konig. You've been through here quite a number of times in the past week or so. Just about a week.
Yeah.
We might be sticking around a little bit, right, guys?
Merber.
Merber?
Merber.
Merber.
Hey, Rourke, have you seen the guy that we mentioned a couple times now? Tall.
Devastatingly good looking.
Yeah, silver blue eyes, really
Bright
blue
blue
eyes.
eyes.
I didn't see him, but, who was it? There's just no NPCs in this town.
It's just Rourke.
See,
Just
nobody
Rourke and
likes
these
this
elementals.
One of the women down the road there said she saw a real handsome man. Kind of matched that description, walking through town.
When?
Yesterday morning, I think. Nobody else said anything, and
What's the lady's name?
Anna.
Anna?
Yeah, Anna. I didn't come up with that, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Whereabouts does Anna live?
She's the second house on the left if you go down the hill from here.
We need to go there now.
No time like the present.
Yep.
So
Immediately. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, knock,
See you
knock.
soon. Like a little small kind of like viewport opens because, it's cold outside.
Right.
Hello?
Anna. Is your name Anna?
That's me.
No mean to alarm you. We're just looking for someone and heard that you work up the road there. Said you may have seen a guy we're looking for.
Oh?
Devastatingly good looking.
Oh, him. Yeah, I kind of just watched him walk by and I was stunned. Nobody like that ever really comes through.
Do you know where he was going?
He was heading down towards the east way, and I only saw him for a couple moments. Wasn't wearing a coat.
Oh, I know, it's definitely chill. We're here to remind him. Anyways, do you happen to know what is that direction per se?
Oh, well, it depends. If he follows it all the way down, he goes down to East Haven. And from there, pretty much the rest of Icewind Dale. It's tough to say. That's the road to everything.
Thank you very much, Anna. Please don't approach him. He may look handsome, but don't.
Never
he's
trust a man who
dangerous.
doesn't wear a winter jacket in the dead of winter.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
I think we handled that well.
Yeah. We did good. Yeah.
It looks like we're not sticking. We might not be sticking around.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. What are we doing? Are we trying to get with the speaker, or are we going after Sifik?
If he's going south, he could be going towards the fireball.
That is what I was thinking.
Oh no.
Which, that's not good. I think we might need to intercept that.
All right. Let's.
Are we all in? Are we all in to do that?
As long as we can leave this non-ill town, I'm fine. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get back on the road. I guess. Let's try. Maybe we can do some tracking. Maybe I can pick up a scent or something. Yesterday is pretty long ago, though.
DM
Mm-hmm.
was I don't recall. It's been too long. Object permanence. Would Zeke and I have sort of, or we would have actually figured out where the landing of the meteorite was, right?
Yes, on the map that is active, there is a blue circle. It was towards the south, near the mountain at the edge of the northern edge of the spine of the world.
Okay.
Actually, not too particularly far from where you were told the Sunblight Citadel was.
We'll have to be on the cautious side. Especially if we were to intercept that meteorite. Or whatever it is that fell.
And he's about a day ahead of us? Is that what she said? About a day?
And you know how
Yeah.
he moves.
He's fast.
He doesn't sleep.
He also doesn't sleep.
Creepy.
Unfortunately.
Right? I mean, elves don't sleep either, but at least it's not creepy. No, they meditate. That's what it is. They do. Anyways, not the point.
So,
Down the road.
On
on
the road
again, mounting back up,
Okay.
heading south along the road.
But I want to try and track, so I'm going to try and be. I can be a young winter wolf. Would that have? That would probably have the best sense of smell out of what I can become.
Fenris
Correct?
also has a very good sense
Oh,
of smell.
yeah. Yeah, we could rely. But Fenris doesn't know the scent of Suffolk. So okay. Laurel turns into a young winter wolf, and I try to find Suffolk's scent.
All right,
As we
roll a survival check with the perception bonus. Basically, roll a perception check and with advantage with the winter wolves.
That's a 15.
You're able to track his scent. It's through the town. It's stronger, still stale and old, but you recognize that specific staleness and the kind of death that follows with it. About a mile out of town, you lose the scent.
Can I point the scent out to Fenris?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm like, and he's like, and
So
he gets
Fenris
it.
now has the scent.
Okay.
What? Where it disappears, does it smell like brimstone? Does it smell like sulfur?
Make a perception check.
That's pretty damn good. That is a 24.
It sure does.
Shit. He did the thing again.
I think he's going to continue. I don't know. Let's just continue south. We'll just. I don't know. I can't talk right now.
Are you following the road south, or are you going to cross the lake like before?
Let's follow the road this time? Question mark? How do you guys feel about that? I don't know. I'm still
Trying
going to
to
stay
put
as a
myself
wolf.
in his brain.
I'm really going to still search for that scent.
Okay.
Yeah, Fenris will also keep a nose out for it.
Okay, Fenris and young winter wolf Laurel can make another perception or survival check with advantage as you continue further south down the road.
Was the first one supposed to be with advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoops.
I rolled 2 8s.
Starting
They're
off
in deck.
strong.
It's a
21.
total of
21.
11.
Okay. Fenris loses it
like doesn't find anything. Is kind of confused, and he's like, "If I find it again, I'll let you know." About another mile, not sensing anything, just continuing. Nothing really changing, just a gentle breeze, the occasional gust of extremely cold wind that doesn't affect two of you as much as it affects the other two. You come across the crossroads between the East Way and the Northern Way. And Laurel, you immediately pick up smell of brimstone in the center of the crossroads. Trying to pick up where the scent goes from there. It almost smells like he may have gone anywhere.
The jerk. He knows. He knows exactly what he's doing.
I think he's got us chasing shadows.
Should we head south to Goodmead?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Let's continue on.
Okay. That's one of the towns that will sacrifice someone in an upcoming evening. Yes. Okay. That's not good. Maybe we can prevent that from happening, at the least. But DM. So we're at this crossroads. The Red Waters. This is a lake? Question mark. That's mostly frozen over.
Correct.
Okay.
All
It looks kind of open in the middle.
There is still some open water towards the deepest portion of it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, let's pull up in a Goodmead.
All right. There we go.
As we approach the town, I turn back into myself.
Okay. So you come in from the northeast. This town is significantly smaller than all the other towns you've been to. About the same amount of buildings, but they're much more cramped, closer to the water, further from what is left of the forest nearby. Much like many of the other towns, excuse me, a number of the buildings are vacant. Some are boarded up, some have open doors and windows, and you can see snow and frost inside. Towards the center-ish of town, closer to the docks, it almost sounds like there's a bit of a ruckus coming from one of the larger buildings. And there is a sign outside of it and says, "The Mead Hall."
Sounds like a good place to start. Why do you say the remnants of a forest? Why do you say, like, can we
It
tell,
looks like it's been heavily forested, like heavily harvested for probably burning to keep everything warm,
Okay,
or to
right.
rebuild buildings.
Let's go to the Mead Hall.
In the mead hall, there's a number of people. They're all, like, I think there's about 10 or 12 people. They're all just, everybody's got a big stein in their hand. They're cheering and being like, everybody is wasted. It is hard to tell if any of these people work here or not, because everyone you see is part of this. And as you all come in, they're all like, more people! Come on, drink. It's the middle of the day. Let's happy to just do it.
Are there any sober?
Us.
Yeah, aside from us.
Sober people walk into a bar. We are not leaving sober.
You can make an insight check or a perception check.
Definitely do the insight. Ooh, first good roll of the night too. Nice. Yeah, that's 23.
There's one woman that's kind of in the back, standing there, looking very disapprovingly at all of these other folk. And she's middle-aged human, kind of worn. Looks like she's like definitely has worked with her hands. She's wearing a leather apron that looks like it has woodcarver's tools and some metalworking tools in the front pouches. And she's just sitting there kind of looking disapprovingly.
There's one.
I don't know which one would be more likely to talk. Probably the drunk people.
I'll go make nice with Miss Woodworker's apron there.
Miss Mother May I in the corner over there. Yeah.
Okay, well, I walk up to the bar and I order some mead.
Nobody is at the bar. There is a cask that is tapped, and there are just cups next to it.
Wow. Okay, I pour some for Farron and some for Call.
Oh, you're home.
It is delicious. And as you're pouring them, everybody kind of looks over you. "Hey!" Elena, as you approach the woman that is off to the edge, she's like, "Are you going to join them too? Everyone else is drinking."
I'm actually wondering why you're not part of the whole group.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the current circumstances, I probably would.
Care to share? I feel like there's a story there.
You're not from... She finally like, gives you an honest look up and down. Yeah, you're definitely not from around here.
No.
Well, this is good mead. We're known for the mead. We supply the mead to the rest of the 10 towns and sometimes further south. About a week ago, just shy of a week now, one of our casks of our special mead was stolen. It was our reserve. It was the last cask, last full one. And given the cold outside, we're having trouble making too much more. The bees upstairs, and Elena, now that you're further away from the din, you do notice that there is a low buzzing sound coming from somewhere above you. But all you see is wood planks.
I mean, Rose can put 2 and 2 together, but would that be an insight check for Elena to put 2 and 2 together? Or...
Probably not. No, I think it'd be pretty common knowledge that, mead requires,
mead
bee
requires honey.
Yeah. And that sound, although strange up in Icewind Dale, sounds just like bees.
How are you able to keep them alive up there? Sorry to go off topic.
I mean, some of the heat from all the hearths here, and you notice that there's 4 large hearths in here. It filters up in there, and you have a number of large hives upstairs. They have a few vents that they can escape from to go feed and adventure out. We mainly ensure they're, safe and have a safe place to go. And sometimes we plant flowers, to give them some extra places to go, but we haven't been able to do that for 2 years now. So the Virbig took off with the honey. The last jar of the mead, rather. Giant cask. And our speaker was... he's a brave man. Not a bright man. He went after this Virbig. 2 days later, he hadn't returned. A couple scouts went looking. One of them specifically, Fef Morin. He's one of the drunkards in there. And she points to a darker skinned, kind of like almost late teens looking half elf, covered in furs. Definitely looks like somebody who spent some time outdoors tracking through the area. She's like, they returned after searching for him, and they found his corpse in pieces. So now we're without a speaker. And I'm one of the candidates, unfortunately.
You're one of the candidates.
Mm.
To be...
To be the new speaker.
Oh, thank God. My companions and I have heard that I believe Goodmead is one of the places that does sacrifices to appease the winter.
Unfortunately, we are. If I was in charge, we wouldn't be continuing that. The last speaker, again, wasn't smart. He thought it was the druids that came explained it to him that would be the only way to help. So he was okay, I'm on board.
So you're a candidate.
Mm.
Is there a voting period? Is there going to be a day where there's going to be some kind of vote?
In about a week's time, we're going to be having a vote, and she points into the crowd once again. It's like that, the dwarf fellow, red beard, bald hair, bright rosy cheeks. That's Shandar Froth. He's the other candidate.
What can you tell me about him?
Well, first of all, given the situation, you would think that the candidates would be staying as sober as possible to, try and give some semblance of order to the situation. And there he is, drinking the day away. Beyond that, I don't know, he talks with some people that just rub me the wrong way. He's talking with, I believe the Speaker of Targos was in here about a week ago. About a couple days after the Speaker was found. And he doesn't seem like a trustworthy one.
Okay. Is there something that would sway or at least seal your candidacy or your success in this campaign?
I'm sorry, we've been speaking this whole time.
Right.
What is your name?
Elena Caldwell. I am one of the members of the Agents of SHAILD.
The what now?
The Agents of SHAILD. It's an acronym. It just works.
I'm Olivessa Untapur. Olivessa Untapur.
Olivessa.
I did not create this name or this one. I mean, if you were able to say that I hired you to return the mead, solve this Virbig issue, that could potentially solidify my spot. I couldn't possibly. I'm not the adventuring type. And she kind of looks past you towards your two large muscular friends with weapons, and then Laurel and her sickle hanging off her belt. She's like, I think you all might be able to handle yourselves a bit better than I could.
More than likely. From the little I've known about you, all of us, I mean, you've already sealed mine. I'm more than willing to get behind you as a candidate for sure. One thing being is that you stop these sacrifices. These sacrifices do not work. The one thing that needs to be reiterated, if I may say, Olivessa, and please keep this close to your chest as possible, it may be making the situation worse.
I see. Well, I can definitely advocate against it and say that it's not working. I can police the situation as best as possible and work with...
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a sheriff at the moment. That would kind of fall to me as well if I was elected as small town. But yeah, I would do my best, absolutely. I'm not a fan of the sacrifice. I've lost friends.
I guess the next question would be, in which direction were they last headed?
He headed north into the cut woods. It's not a very big place, but we just haven't been able to track too far. I mean, nobody's gone past the disfigured corpse. The speaker. His body was ripped apart. So, if you were able to track well, if you head northwest from here, you may be able to find it.
I believe we have means of tracking. A few means.
Well,
I will say this, for at least making potentially your candidacy vote for you is a step in the right direction to end in winter. I'm sure that would definitely perk up a lot of these drunkards. They need something to celebrate.
At the moment, they'll celebrate anything, but good news would be good. Well, thank you, Elena, and your Agents of SHAILD.
I was gonna whisper
Here you go.
everybody over it. Psst, psst.
I gotta go.
So prior to that, you all are drinking and carousing with the rest of the townsfolk. Most of them are like beyond drunk to the point where they're slurring so much it is quite difficult to understand them.
Okay.
There is the darker-skinned humanoid teenager that was pointed out, and the dwarf, the bald dwarf with the red hair. They seem to be kind of holding their own. The teen seems to be drinking significantly slower than everyone else. The dwarf he's hammered, but he seems to be holding himself well. He's like, "You guys are new here."
Insight check.
Okay.
Is he actually drunk or is he just acting drunk?
Oh, I thought you were checking to see if we were in fact new here. We kind of are.
Are we new here? I don't know. That's a
I'm
13.
pretty sure.
Can I also make a blind sight check?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That was only a 13 insight.
His breath will tell it gives the answer away completely. He's hammered.
Okay.
It's a 13 perception.
You don't see anything within your radius that's invisible.
What are people... Oh, we can't really understand what people are really talking about. Do people seem in a good mood, though? Everyone seems...
For the most part.
Okay.
Why you're here?
Looking for someone who's tall and handsome, bright blue eyes. Have you seen someone like that? Human?
No.
All right.
No.
All right.
You two are quite big. And he looks up to Farron and Call. You want to arm wrestle? Rolls up his sleeves. Let's throw down. And then somebody else comes and pushes him and gives him another drink. And this is about where Call whispers over Elena.
Can I make one more perception check? Is there anyone who's obviously having a really bad time?
Sure.
Like, who's in here and really doesn't want to be?
You can make an insight check.
That's an 11.
Now everyone seems to be having a great time.
I feel like I was
Awesome.
talking to her.
Hmm?
No, I feel like I was talking to the only person who was having a bad time.
So the three of you walk away from the other drunkards and all congregate together once again.
Guys, well, I know we came down here looking for Suffolk, but what are we doing? Are we
Apparently, you're being challenged to arm wrestle.
I'm not worried about short stuff over there, but what are we doing? We're going on bootlegging missions now, or what are we like?
I mean, Elena does relay what she heard from Olivessa.
So, what?
We'll put
Trick the cask?
Or do we have like bigger issues that we need to be addressing?
We have bigger issues, but we're too small to deal with those bigger issues. Even as a group.
we lost his scent at the crossroads. We came south. It was just the best guess. I could run a ring around the town, smelling. Hopefully, I can find the track again.
Wasn't that meteor south of here?
Yes.
And what they're requesting is kind of taking us in the opposite direction.
Right. They want us to go north for a cask of mead. I think they can handle this themselves, honestly.
I'm not sure if that's true, but it's definitely smaller potatoes.
Right. Okay.
And every little small potato leads to a big bunch of mashed potatoes.
I get that, but
The big thing also is that the person that I said that if we were able to do this for and said that she hired us, this would seal a candidacy for her because they have no speaker. She is one of the candidates to be speaker. And she is very anti-sacrifice, which, as we know, is making an army of ice people. And she's keeping her voice really low when she says this. And again, everyone's really loud anyway, so she's just like...
An army of ice people.
And I get that, but I feel like that's not helping us get to the root problem we're trying to get at, is get this dragon taken care of so there is no night that they can take advantage of. There is no ice people. I'm not sure if this is our path right now.
This town.
Like I said, we're a group.
We're also 20% weaker right now.
We are down one party member.
Yep.
Call, would you like to continue heading south?
I'm extremely curious about what this meteor could bring.
Right.
As am I, actually.
And you did bring up a really good point about Suffolk could possibly interested in the meteor, which would be bad.
Considering we don't know what that meteor is.
Yeah, that's why I'd like to get to it, just to check it off the list at this time. But
all right, so let's finish up here. I'm going to head outside and just run a perimeter quick around town, maybe with Fenris. Just try and see if I can pick up any scent, and then we'll keep on heading south. How does that sound?
Yeah. I will also say Elena is going to go to Olivessa fairly quickly, say that she has the information she has, and they will look into it when they have time. There is something more pressing that they need to look into. But they do have the information, and they will look into it.
I understand, and I mean, we're doing all right for now.
Okay. Is there any way that we can try and reach you and get in contact with you?
I'll be here.
All right. Thank you, all of us, and best of luck.
You as well. Laurel and Fenris, as you're checking around the town, one of you can give the other advantage.
What's Fenris's perception? Mine is +7.
Actually, you both have advantage, so you can both make checks at advantage.
Okay. That's a 19.
That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Do you stick together, or do you split up and meet back up?
Fenris would probably follow Laurel.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll stick together, side by side.
So, running around the town, you pick up Sapphic scent. Loosely, like very light, as if it's been a few days, maybe. All over town.
A few days. That's backwards in time. That means he was going north?
Or west, or east.
Let's go down to the meteor. Okay, I come back
He
and
could
I
be
relay
literally
this.
anywhere.
I know. I relay this. Let's just go to the meteor.
Elena, while Laurel and Fenris are out.
Hello, Elena. It's Midge. I was trying to reach Zeek via the channel, but he hasn't been responding. It's coming back a little strange. You can reply to this message.
Where is she hearing this?
In her head.
Hello?
A little bit of time goes by.
You have 25 words that you can use to reply to this. I'm worried. I understand you're alive, but is everything alright? What's going on?
We are fine. Zeek has gone to the Astral Plane. We are looking into a meteorite. We're okay. Just kind of like I just
A couple seconds go by.
I had a dream about a strange thing shooting through the sky. Kind of looked like it had tentacles coming out the front of it.
fuck.
It's very strange. The message was in Undercommon. It's not some. I recognized it, but I couldn't understand it.
Are you relaying this, Elena?
She will be.
I'm gonna go. Remember, I saw the tentacle thing.
Yeah.
Do you reply to this last one?
Yeah. We are heading that way. We will look into it. I think we'll be fine. Thanks. Over and out. Ciao.
No response this time.
I hope she got it. Okay. Well, now we have a way of contacting Midge. Kind of.
I come back and I'm got Cephix sent, but it's 2 or 3 days old.
So he was here.
He was here before he was in Caer Dineval.
So he was heading that way.
I have no idea where this guy is. Maybe he went to East Haven. Maybe he went west.
I'm telling you,
So-
he is chasing shadows.
Yeah.
Or he's maybe
3
trying to
or
lead
4
us.
days ago have been when we thought we killed him and he came back. Was that around that time? It's been real life weeks for us. It's hard for me to remember.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I think, the 20th of Night All. Yeah, it's really only been like 5 days.
That lines up about as good as anything.
4 days, 5 days, yeah. Let's go to the meteor.
Yep.
It's the one solid thing that we know is there. We think. Because we're basing it off of dreams.
Yeah, I hope it's
And
still
they're
there.
and they're not clear. Maybe Cephix might be there. Who knows?
And
Maybe
no
this
one
is
knows
where we die.
Undercommon.
Who knows?
I know, right?
It is a little
Undercommon
past
Undercommon is really
midday.
concerning.
It is a little past midday at this point. No one saw even the barest hint of sunlight over the mountains this time. No check required. There was none. Do you all start heading straight south? Let's bring up the big map again. Alright, so from Goodmead, you would have to go around the Redwaters Lock, either to the north or to the south. There is a portion of it that does look completely frozen over in the center, and you might be able to make your way across there.
I don't want us to break through the ice. I really don't want to break through the ice.
We were
How
lucky
long is
once.
it?
Let's go. I think we should go north and around.
Yeah, it'd probably be best to go north,
Or
go
east.
around, and
Yeah,
then
east and around, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll cross over the ice where we feel it's safe, but not anywhere close to open water.
I would
Right?
like you all to designate one person
Uh-oh.
to roll a d8 and another person to roll a d12.
Sean, roll a d12. Matt, roll a d8.
And tell me the numbers.
Yeah, make them do it. Sure.
I know.
Mhm. One. Okay.
We don't even know what that means.
We
Could be
don't.
great.
We
It
don't know.
Could be a good thing.
Could be we take 1 point of damage.
that's a 6.
So that is a 7 total. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So-
like it's nothing.
Well, I mean, for me, it's fine.
Well, always got my backup character ready.
I suddenly don't want to go east. This is weird.
Yeah, right?
Do you go along the road or do you stay closer to the shore? I mean, as long as you're
shore.
far away from the water, like the ice is extremely thick. It's not shifting. This lock seems to be significantly more frozen over. So you stick around
After a couple hours, some clouds do start to come in. A gentle snow starts. There's still some clear sky that you can see the stars, the crescent moon. A sound comes across the tundra. Almost sounds like a trumpet call, but more bestial?
Oh.
Anybody could make a perception check. This would be based on sight. So,
Okay.
if you only have advantage on smell.
7.
What was that roll one more time?
Perception?
Perception. Okay. 19.
I rolled a nat 20 for a 27.
It's a 23 for Farron.
Elena, what'd you get?
7.
Okay. So, Elena, you're just kind of admiring the natural beauty of the Arctic tundra, kind of wondering what it looks like in warmer weather. Farron and Call, south across the tundra, on the other side of the loch. I'll put a mark over about here, if it'll let me, over there. You see an extremely large shape, 4 legs, and it looks like something's on its back. Laurel, with your natural 20, you also see this. It looks like the animal has a large trunk on the front of it, 2 massive tusks, and the shape on its back looks humanoid. But given the distance, has to be a giant.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's stop. Let's slow it down.
Chill out.
That's a mammoth. That's a woolly mammoth with a giant riding on its back.
Hell yeah.
That's badass. We're not.
Yeah.
No.
What are you talking about? Wait a minute. What?
Does it? Are there any other shapes around? Like, are they leading?
It looks like on the far side of the first one you see a similar shape. It does appear that there are 2 mammoths and 2 frost giants.
Wow.
One of them has a massive spear in their arm over their shoulder. And they pause for just a second. And then they turn and continue heading east. And they're moving quite slow. They do not seem to be in any kind of hurry.
I do speak giant. I can go ahead on Fenris. He's really fast.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Send the himbo in.
Yeah, I'll get all saddled nice and tight in Fenris in case we need to dash, and
You got this.
I'll trot over to our large friends.
I guidance.
How long does guidance last?
I don't
1
know.
minute.
Well,
I
yeah.
think 1 minute.
These
It'll
are over
make
a mile away.
It'll make them
probably
feel
wear
good
off.
for a little bit.
It'll probably wear off.
Okay.
So, Farron, you feel like, yeah, I can absolutely keep my eye on these things. This is no problem. I've got this. And you head off away from the party and start approaching closer to these 2 frost giants on these giant woolly mammoths. When you get to a little over 1,000 feet away, you can see that the closer one with the spear on their back pulls up rein, and the huge beast comes to a stop. The giant jumps down on the side of the mammoth that you are approaching, and just watches as you approach.
You said I'm about 1,000 feet off?
Mm-hmm.
I will cast Thaumaturgy on myself.
Okay.
And yell out in giant, friend or foe?
They respond. One of them responds in a deep voice. Food or friend?
I'll keep going at a slower pace towards him and say, friend?
Puts his spear in the ground, holding on to it, kind of like a staff. Leans up against it and kind of leans back against the mammoth. Do you keep approaching?
Yeah.
He seems to be taking a calm posture.
Yeah.
And as you get closer, maybe now about 100 feet out, this thing is tall. Very tall. Around 18 feet tall. And the mammoths are at the shoulders of these giants. And he's just leaning up against it with his hand on his spear.
In giant, I don't... Oh, man. I've got to think giant. Did you guys see the fireball from last night?
And he responds in common. Things fall from the sky all the time.
Oh, good. You speak common. My giant's so bad. This one seemed different. A bunch of my friends had dreams about it.
Spits to the side, and before it even hits the ground, it turns to like an ice shard and shatters across the snow. We don't care for your small folk issues. We're out hunting for food. We care for our survival.
Well, maybe I can help you with that. Do you know King Zardaron? Zardarock. Charizard.
None of these names ring a bell.
There's the castle down south of here, and they're trying to make a dragon to take over the Dale. Don't laugh at me.
Cute. A dragon? There's already an ancient one that lives here. I care nothing for what small folk make. We'll smash it if it affects us. And the other giant just starts laughing.
They're trying to make it out of Chardalin.
I'll get a bigger stick. I'll get a bigger stick and I'll hit it harder. I'll find an axe and I'll chop its head off. I don't care.
I might want to take you up on that.
If it comes across us, we'll deal with it. We're not searching for it. And he kind of like stoops down, takes a few steps towards you, almost towards your height. Why are you here?
We want to investigate that falling rock.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, joy. That's 7 minus 2. That's a 5.
Nods at you. All right. Be on your way.
Thank you. Happy hunting.
And now that you're close enough, you see that there are like 3 or 4 elk corpses tied to the side of each one of these mammoths. Seems like they're coming back from hunting.
Nice. Yeah, when I turn and we get like 30 feet away, I'm telling Fenris to gun it.
Without even any extra enthusiasm needed, Fenris just full double speeds all the way back to the rest of the group away, and the giants mount back up on their mammoths and continue east.
Oh,
That was good job, Farron. Good job.
that was terrifying. They just want to kill shit.
Yeah.
I told them about the Shardland dragon and they laughed at me.
I mean, that's a refreshing reaction.
Yeah.
I'm
if we could
scared
harness
of
that,
them.
that
I
fighting
tried.
ability.
I said maybe I'll take you up on that, and they told me to go away.
Okay.
But we know
Fair.
where they are, so in the future, maybe we could bring the dragon to them.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, when I told them it was made of Shardland, they said, "Well, get a bigger stick and hit it harder." I was like,
hope they're
Okay.
looking for bigger sticks.
We would like you to hit it with a big stick then. Please.
I can tell them where they can stick them with this big stick.
They almost did. He gave me a weird look.
On second thought, never mind.
I said we just give them a
Well,
wide berth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's just let them keep on going and go our own way.
Yeah, I
Gosh,
knew we
wonder
were
what the
small
mammoths
peas.
eat.
I mean, I knew we were small peanuts compared to the big stuff that's happening, but to them, we really are small
Really are.
peanuts.
Yeah.
Little,
Just little
just little
snacks.
shells.
We're just little snacks.
Little snacks. No.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of like chicken wings.
Ah. Ah.
Ah.
Alright.
So yeah, we'll continue south.
Continuing south, giving the giants a wide berth. You start to notice towards the southern edge of the mountains, the faintest glow, kind of orangish. And you have a navigator. Laurel, make a survival check.
18.
It's probably about the time you normally eat dinner, early evening, getting late. But you do see what appears to be something definitely smoldering far to the south, and with the glow, all of you can recognize it. Elena, as you all kind of start to see it, a vision flashes in front of your eyes. The same shape, kind of on fire, not flying through the sky, but crashed into the base of the mountain. And you feel the plea for help. And your vision comes back.
I was muted. I'm getting We're getting close. I'm getting the message for help, but I can't understand it though, can I?
No. Just
I'm
the
getting the
same
message for
feel
help
to
again.
it.
Elena.
But the thing wasn't on fire. It crashed into the mountain. It wasn't on fire, but what did it look like? DM.
A large spiraling shell with a weird dark mottled base leading out to several large tentacles on the front side. Like very large, like bigger than the mammoth large.
And she relays the description like she just she kind of seems a little bit like a person who just had a vision and is trying to describe it. It's like we're
Elena,
getting close.
Are you able to block this? Do you have any like a wall to erect?
I can't even see it coming. I don't know how to block this. Actually, can I do an Arcana check?
Mm-hmm.
Concerns me.
concerns you. That's a 16.
You don't get the feel that it is necessarily directed at you. You kind of think it's one of those, anybody susceptible to potentially receiving it can receive it. So it's not a direct line of communication.
It's not a direct line of communication. I think anyone who is just able to receive it is going to receive it. Where is Zeke's tinfoil hats?
I think he took them all with him.
God damn it.
I know.
He left us his goggles, though.
Yeah, I'll point at Yami.
But I mean, Yami pulls it off better than I can, I'm sure.
Yami is protected. Great.
Well,
Yami's
Yami
doing
can't
great.
receive it. Hey, I will gladly take this. I'm hearing a cry for help. I'm hearing a call for help.
Let's keep going. Cautiously.
As you start to arrive closer, maybe just north of the trees, there is that slight break in them, and you can see through them. There is definitely something that, still partially on fire, is on the other side of the trees. And you can all now see the large, towering spiral shell over these trees.
That's it.
And you all get this now. A vision flashes before your eyes. You are now close in front of this ship. The tentacles are kind of pulsing, just ever so slightly. And you feel a plea. Does anybody speak Undercommon?
Wait.
When you
And your
said the
vision comes back.
tentacles are pulsing,
Mhm.
what is that like? In a
Like they're
color,
still
or
like they're
just-
still alive, like
Ooh.
blood flowing or muscles
Twitching?
twitching.
Ew, twitching.
Yeah.
This thing's on a cycle or something? What is it? God.
You continue approaching it.
What do we do?
Do we see any motion other than the thing twitching?
You do not.
Is there like a door? This thing looks like a living creature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is weird. I don't know what to make of this thing.
As you trudge deeper into a mountain valley, an eerie glow betrays the monstrous outline of something stupendous and ominous. It looks like a cephalopod, with slimy, ropey tentacles as thick as tree trunks, that has tried and failed to bury its immense bulk in the snow. On the front of it, there does appear to be a platform with a ballista, of all things, on it.
It's not a good idea.
And as you do approach, you can see the tentacles kind of twitching. They don't move anywhere specifically. It's just kind of like something living, like the thing is alive.
Can I pick up a rock from the ground and kind of lob it at a tentacle?
Mm-hmm. You do, and
Okay,
Doesn't seem
so it
to really
doesn't,
be any
like,
reaction.
Whip around and like react. Okay. Show yourself.
How do we help you?
Show yourself.
Well, I make for a pretty good pin cushion.
Oh
I can...
no! I'm not gonna send Farron forward again.
No.
some of the snow
I mean-
on either side of you starts to shift, and two large bug-like creatures with strange heads and lots of legs.
Oh no!
Anybody can make a intelligence, history, or arcana check to see what these are.
12.
Oh, those are terrible.
12 Arcana.
Would nature be an option or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nature's an option?
That's a 13 on nature.
That's a 9. I should have gone with my first roll.
None of you
Okay.
Got a 12
recognize
on
what
history.
none of you recognize what these are.
How big are we talking here?
About that big.
Where am I looking? Oh! Oh, I hate it! Oh, I hate it.
And
I'm outta here.
they lunge to attack.
Yeah, of
And
course I
I would like everyone to roll initiative.
do. Oh, gross.
I rolled those low rolls out of the way.
Start with Elena. 5. Call.
Graham, are these sand fleas?
14.
No. 14 for call. Baron.
15.
15. And Yami's going to be on yours as well. And Laurel.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Roll for the carrion crawlers. And right before we start break is going to be a perfect time. Start combat. A perfect time to take a break. I got there. So yeah, everyone go hydrate up. Any bio breaks you need to do, and we will be back shortly.
What are these?
Carrion crawlers.
Oh, okay, gross.
So we will be back shortly. Yeah, we'll be back.
We are back. And we have the 4 Agents of SHAILD and Yami, Farron's Drake being leapt upon by these 2 large bugs. Sorry, no, they're large, yes.
Too many legs.
And top of the order is Laurel.
Oh shoot. I knew that I was top of the order. I knew that this was going to happen. And yet here we are. I am going to turn into a Craig cat and I claw him.
Alright, so let's scoot you. And you can move that one. That's one that you should be able to move.
I can? Oh, I can move him.
Okay. So that's your bonus action to turn into that.
Let me just roll real dice, because that's being weird. Oh, I'm not kidding. It's a natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
I'm not kidding. Oh my gosh. I was so not prepared for this. So I was clawing. Okay, natural 20. That is, so that's automatically 8 damage to start with. And then I roll a d8 to add to it. So that is 7. So 15 plus 3, 18 damage total. Slashing damage.
So you slash at its body with the claws, and it kind of rears back and rears up. Looks like you hurt it.
Okay. Great. That's my turn.
Okay. Baron.
All right, I've got a big ugly right in front of me, so I'm gonna take a couple swings at it.
Okay.
The first one is a lot. That is dirty 20.
That hits.
The second one is not as much. That's a 16.
Still hits.
All right. I'm gonna have Yami throw his little extra into it. Where are my
Alright.
d10s?
Call, you are up next.
All right, the first one is going to take 12 points of magical slashing. 5 of it is actually cold damage. If
Okay.
that matters.
No.
And the second swing is going to do 14 points of magical slashing.
So you take your 2 slashes at it, and you see that it is taking damage, and it reels back from it, but still is in an offensive posture.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to tell Yami to attack.
All right.
All right, where? That's going to hit. That's a 19 plus 4 plus 5.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, come on, Yami, slap the shit out of him. It's gonna take 5 points of piercing damage.
So Yami reaches out and bites it and actually rips off one of its little gross legs and burrows it to the side like a stick.
Good boy.
Call, it's your turn.
All right, I guess Call's gonna go into a rage
Mm-hmm.
with his bonus action, and I'm gonna stay in melee, but I'm gonna move. Would I get advantage moving there?
You sure would. You would be flanking with Laurel.
All right, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, and then I'm gonna attack him with my greatsword. Great Weapon Master.
All right.
19 to hit.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
It's going to be a 21 points for the first one.
So you slash off, and you slash off about 4 of its legs on one side, and a portion of its carapace goes with it. It is reeling back in severe pain, but still standing.
All right, and I'm going to attack him one more time with the Great Sword.
Mm-hmm.
$15 to hit.
Just hits.
All right. And he's taking, the other one was supposed to be 23 points. And this one he's taking 17.
So with your second slash, you stab at it and break off some more of its carapace. It seems to be significantly slower. It's missing a good portion of half of, like, a side of its body. It's a little less on the offensive. Anything else, Call?
All right, that's my turn.
All right, it is the carrion crawler. It is in front of Farron's turn. It is going to take 2 tentacle attacks on him. That is a 16 for the first one, and a 26 for this. Okay. All right, the first one, you take 4 points of poison damage, and please make a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Okay. You are paralyzed. You feel a sting come out of its tentacles as it grabs onto you, and you completely seize up. So the second one automatically becomes a crit. You take 8 points of poison damage, and you're double paralyzed?
Double paralyzed.
And it holds on to you and backs away over to start trying to climb up onto the ship. Yami does get to make an attack of opportunity, as does Cragcat Laurel as it runs by.
Yami misses.
Laurel swipes. Baron, you are dragged up the side onto the deck of the ship, and you can see that there are doors on the center of this platform leading inside. You also can see the ballista. But that's that. Elena, it's your turn.
There's still one other carry-on crawler, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does it seem to be occupied with the other 2 players right now?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Elena is going to make for the ship.
Okay.
And she's going to go in hot pursuit after Farron.
Your speed and staying out of the range of the other one, you're not able to get to the deck of the ship. You are able to get almost to it. You do have to jump over one of the tentacles. It doesn't move as you jump over it. But you're now about 10 feet away from the deck of the ship.
Okay. I mean, I could just double...
If you'd like to, yeah.
move. I'd like to, yeah. At least
Okay.
to get there. There's nothing I can really do after that. I'm just at this point, just going to make sure Farron's within eyesight.
You're able to move up onto the deck. I'm assuming you don't want to get in direct range of the beastie, but you can see that it is holding the paralyzed Farron and seems to be making its way towards those doors on the deck. You can also see the large ballista that is there as well.
Get on the ballista. Do 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 do.
Ideas have been given to me.
You still have your bonus action if there's anything you could or would do.
I mean, apparently in my bonus action list, I could Misty Step, I suppose, but like to the ballista. I don't know.
You're
within
right
feet
next
of
to
it,
the
I'm
ballista,
fine.
but not to a point where you could turn and aim it.
I can honestly end my turn at this
Okay.
point. It's fine.
It is the other carrion crawler's turn. It is going to disengage and retreat up onto the deck.
Do I
Where
get...
it sees
No, I don't. Never mind.
because
Yep.
of the disengage. It sees Elena. Elena, it half-heartedly takes an aggressive posture towards you, but that's its turn. Top of the order, Laurel.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my... I have a 40-foot movement, right? 40-foot movement. My pounce would be a 20-foot straight line, so 20 foot. I'm gonna pounce at this guy.
All right.
The target must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw.
13 exactly.
So
It
goes
succeeds.
It succeeds. Okay, that's okay. I still will attack with a claw attack. That's 12 to hit. Not gonna do
It
it.
scrapes across its carapace and doesn't. You find no purchase.
Okay, as a bonus, I growl menacingly. That's my turn.
Baron, it is your time. Your turn. You are paralyzed. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Just because I don't like this, I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
That might do it. 15.
Baron, you are still paralyzed. It is
would
Yami's turn.
I
You're in danger. You wouldn't necessarily have to command him for him to come rescue you.
Well, I was gonna say too. The last command I gave him was to attack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have him tromp over and take a big old bite.
Okay.
That is, it's a lot, like 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Come on, Yami, rip his other damn leg off. For is that 5 points of piercing damage.
The carrion crawler shies away from Yami and squeezes you tight. Not enough to do any more damage, but enough that it just doesn't let go of you yet. Oh, I put that on the wrong one. Anything else for Yami?
I'm going to have him. Can he tell where this thing's trying to drag me? Like what direction?
Onto the ship.
Just onto the ship?
Yeah, Yami's not much brighter than that.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'll leave him where he is.
All right, call.
All right, I think Call's gonna. I got 40 feet, so he's gonna move right up here, just on the other side of Laurel.
Okay.
And yeah, he's gonna attack that bug right there.
Okay. Go for it.
Advantage?
Yes, you are flanking.
Yeah, advantage.
Great Weapon Master,
Mm-hmm.
18 to hit,
That hits.
Squish.
24 points.
So you stab through it as it looks like it's trying to lunge with its tentacles at Elena. And it lets out this cry as it falls limp to the ground.
Same here, pal.
And this one is dead.
Okay, and then
Nice. Well done.
that was only 30 feet, so I'm gonna move the other 10, and I'm gonna try to attack this with my second attack,
Okay.
and that's just a regular roll. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Yes.
Yami's gonna juice this hit.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 11 points.
Plus 4 points of cold.
So 15. Oof. So as you stab at this one, you cut a few of its, more of its legs off and actually get a couple of the tentacles. And it drops Farron to the deck. Farron, it's like 3 feet, you're fine. You're just prone and paralyzed on the deck. Actually, with where you're located and him holding you, Farron, please roll a d20 for me.
I just pictured him being like wobbly, wobble, 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 wobble.
And
he
speaking
just doesn't
of-
stop wobbling.
He's wobble, wobble, wobble. And you fall
No.
the extra little bit, and you take. Ooh,
No.
I rolled a 6. 6 points of falling damage. And you are prone and paralyzed on the side of the ship on the ground. Okay.
God.
It is the carrion crawler's turn. It's going
Farron.
to make 2 tentacle attacks against Call. First one will miss. The second one is a 24. That's 4 points of poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Said 4.
Yes.
Right. And a Constitution.
Mm-hmm. If you're resistant to poison, that's only 2 points of poison damage.
I think it's bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing, I believe.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, I took the 4. God damn you. That's an 11.
Call, you freeze up and become completely paralyzed, and it pulls you into its grip, and it runs to the front of the door. Laurel, you and Yami get attacks of opportunity on it as it drags Call.
That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Seven points of damage.
Okay.
That's a 15 for Yami.
That misses. It scrapes across its.
Oh,
chin.
you know what? He can't take the attack anyway. Never mind.
He already used his.
He uses reaction to Juice Call.
Okay. So it pulls away and pushes through the door, dragging Call with it. Backwards.
No.
Elena?
In relation, I'm just trying to see the map here.
You are about 10 feet away from the door that Call was just dragged through.
Cool. She is actually going to beeline to the door.
Okay. You can get right up in Call and the carrion crawler's face if you want.
Okay. I assume Call is just up being like a little spooned by this thing, for lack of a better explanation.
If the spoon had like
Paul is always
100
the
legs.
biggest, so don't get that twisted.
Okay. In this scenario, however,
He's being carried like a baby, surrounded
Aw.
by legs.
oh, I take it back. Ooh.
This thing is, when it rears up and it's holding Call the way it is, it's massive. This thing is almost as tall, as long, when it fully extends and rears up itself as that giant was tall.
Cool.
Really?
I'm honestly gonna do what I can do here. I don't want to harm Call, so I'm going to quarterstaff and hopefully bap the thing so that they're stunned or something like that, just so it just drops
Okay.
Call. And yeah,
Drop it.
actual physical. Drop him right now.
Put it down.
Put him down. Oh, that's 14. No, sorry.
It kind of
no, that's 18. I'm sorry.
that hits. So you whack
There we
and
go.
you get a good whack in there with your staff.
Yes. All right.
For how much damage?
We'll just do the 1d. It says 1d6. I don't know why it says 1d8 underneath. I'm going with the 1d6.
1d8 is if you're two-hand wielding it, which you probably would be, as
Yeah.
with Elena fighting the way she is.
Yeah. I like those. I like that. All right. 8 damage.
All right. You see its tentacles and a few of its legs squeeze tight and try to pull away as you whack at it. It doesn't let go of Call.
I said drop him.
Top of the order is Laurel.
Well, it's kind of tight up there. As a crag cat, can I jump on the ballista?
I mean, yes, you can jump on the ballista.
Okay, never mind. You know what I mean.
I do. You have no thumbs.
I'm gonna just try and claw. Get my claw in there.
Okay.
This is what I can do right now. Oh, that's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that is... Ooh, that's an 8 on the die, so that is 11 points of damage. And again, I try to intimidate the thing with
It-
a rar.
Looks like it is barely hanging on to life, but it is not letting go of Call.
Well, that's all I can do, so that's my turn.
Farron, could you please make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Oh, Farron.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
You feel the venom
All right.
leave your body, overpowers it, and you come to your senses, but that is the end of your turn. Jami's turn.
Yami sees his buddy getting dragged away. He's gonna run over, just kind of squeeze through everyone and make an attack. Nope. No, he doesn't. That's a 9.
Yes. Call, it is your turn. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
The goggles are actually offsetting his depth perception.
He accidentally activates the detect magic on it. Sees everything glowing.
I love when we crack ourselves up.
Nope. I got the same thing. 11.
You are still paralyzed. It is the carrion crawler's turn. It is going to disengage and drag Call across the room. You passed some stairs, around some crates. At the moment, that's all you can see in that room. Elena, it is your turn.
Is the room dark?
It is darker. There is a soft purple glow within.
When from penny out for pound, I am not losing another member of this group. Elena is just gonna barrel in after him. If she can get within touch reach, she's gonna use Chill Touch. I can hold it up. There we go.
You can get up within touch of this thing. Chill Touch is it's not a touch spell though, and funnily enough,
yeah.
it's not cold damage either.
Yeah.
So you can get within sight, like if you pop in the room and you can see the carrion crawler across the room. You also see 3 vaguely Zeek-sized figures that have tentacles coming from their head that are longer than their bodies are tall, and they seem to be kind of walking on those tentacles, and they look confused is probably the best you can get from them.
I don't think we look much better off. What?
So Elena sees this.
Yes.
Guys!
They have legs, but they're not walking on legs.
No, their arms and legs are shorter than the tentacles coming from their mouth.
Okay.
And there are 3 of them.
Awful.
And there's the big old bug for everybody at home. Gross. So yeah, Elena, you use your Chill Touch. Make a ranged spell attack.
Cool. Cool.
Great.
Cool.
Great.
Oh, wow. That's a nat 20 for 27.
Yeah!
Yep, so that's max damage plus a dice roll. Chill Touch is... What is...
2d8. It says effect 2d8.
So that's 16 points of damage, and then roll an additional 2d8 and add that to it.
That's an additional 15 on top of that.
So with 33 points of necrotic damage, this almost hag claw-like skeletal hand jumps from Elena's hand, and it hits this thing in the face, and it just starts to like turn to black ash and dust, and it drops Call to the floor. It is dead. Call, you are paralyzed and prone.
If there's any movement left, Lena, not sure, but she's gonna make her way to like just be like.
You can get right up on
She's gonna
Call.
put herself between Call and these things.
Yep, you can.
And just like I've come for my traveling partner. That's all I want. And then I'll go.
It is top of the round.
We're still fighting.
Now you see behind these three things, you see a large stitched together humanoid that doesn't even have eyes, and
No.
it walks forward to you and just kind of looms over you at the moment. Laurel?
Yeah, I'm not going to take that very well. Call is still on the ground, right?
Yes.
Can I do my pounce attack on this thing?
You can sure try.
Okay. He needs to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Would you believe it or not, he's good at that. That is a 9.
He's knocked prone, and I can claw and bite him.
So you knock him prone and skid into this little alcove with him, kind of,
Sure. Yep.
pushing him away from Call and Elena.
Yes. So for the bite, I roll a dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 10 damage. And for the claw, I roll a 14 plus 5, 19 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
And that is 8 plus 3, so that is 11.
You slash at this thing, and the weird nature of what it is, it almost seems like your claws are going through, might as well be a weird wet clay that stitches itself back together behind your cuts. It did not appear to do any damage to it.
Okay.
But it is prone.
It is prone. Great. That's my turn.
Baron.
Alright, I'm away from everything. I will... 15 feet. What? Can I see any of this through the door? I know there's a staircase there.
Sorry, this thing messed up. Yes, you can see that there is a bit going on in the... There's definitely some sort of conflict on the other side of the stairs. You cannot see the little guys, but you can hear a scuffle.
Okay. And I saw Craig Cat Laurel do a big old jumpy leap. I will... Alright. I have 15 feet left. I will bonus action. I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
And I'm going to activate it immediately. So my speed is doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So here's 15 feet. Then I have another 30 because of Zephyr Strike. I will... Can I climb over the boxes?
Yes.
Alright. I will do that. And I will pin myself in between these things to try and get to the big Mamba Jamba.
Okay, you jump over and you see these 3 almost Zeek-sized, purple-skinned, mouth tentacle walking beings. Just, they all look completely surprised by you appearing in between them. Anything for Yami? Anything else for you?
Yeah, I'm actually... Since I activated Zephyr Strike, this is all still my bonus action. I'm gonna attack the big thing.
Okay, it is within range. Kind of standing over... Well, it's on the ground, so it's prone, so you have advantage.
Okay, I would have advantage with Zephyr Strike also, and I get extra damage. So let's go for the big shot. Yes, that's a natural 20.
That sure does hit.
All right. I'm also going to have Yami pump his extra into this. So let's see. That is 45 points of slashing damage with 12 of it being ice.
Oh my.
Oh. And another 15 of it being force, if that matters.
No, all that matters is it is all magical.
Yep, it's all magical.
So you see it still kind of stitching itself up where Laurel's claws went through it, and you slash through it, and this huge chunk of flesh just falls off and kind of steams in a disgusting way, but doesn't reattach.
All right. Well, Zephyr Strike is kind of a one and done thing, so the next attack is just normal. That should hit. That's a 24.
Oh yeah.
Or 14 points of slashing. Magical slashing.
Okay.
And then I can't tell him to attack, but I'll tell Yami to come join the chaos.
Okay. Call, it is your turn. Constitution saving throw, please.
Please not an 11.
You got this.
It's a 19.
You feel the tingling, weird, paralyzing feeling leave your body, but that is your turn. It is the first gnome squidling's turn, and it kind of like rears back and looks completely terrified. That's its turn. It is the next one. It kind of like float hops up onto the crates there, so it does leave both Elena, well actually Elena, Cragcat, Laurel, and Farron's no, it'll disengage. Yeah, so it'll disengage and jump, and it's like Elena?
I'm gonna get an insight check on these guys because I don't speak whatever they're speaking. Eek.
Eek.
13. Sorry. Couldn't math for a second there.
They definitely appear terrified of what is going on here. They do not necessarily look... They look like they might defend themselves if directly attacked, but so far they haven't made any type of attack on any of you.
She's gonna do the best she can when, you know, with people who don't understand a language that they don't speak. She's just gonna speak hers louder. We heard a call for help. I heard a call for help. She kind of looks between them for understanding. We're here.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, they're both not good. The lower of the two. Oh boy. The lower of the two is a 10.
They all kind of look at each other and look back at you. You don't see any recognition cross their tentacled faces. Anything else?
Let me see what I got. She's just honestly gonna make sure Kyle's okay.
He does appear to have regained his senses.
When you get up, I'm just gonna get behind you, alright?
It is the other squidling's turn. It is also going to disengage and hop over the boxes to the other side and go and runs away. At the beginning of the next turn, a figure floats down the stairs. And you all hear, "No more attacking. Put down your weapons. Golem, stop." And you see, in black robes, with a high collar, purple skin, big eyes, and small tentacles, same height as Zeek. You see a gnome Ceramorph. Not quite a mind flare, but not a mind flare.
Would we know the difference?
It looks like a mind flare, but you've never seen one or heard of any this size. You can roll anyone can roll an Arcana or History check.
Now I get the big roll. That's a 23 Arcana.
A 5 on history.
Got an 8 on history.
Oh, bravo.
Farron and Call, you kind of make eye contact, and you both mouth, "Nominati." Elena,
Hey.
in your times, you've read some books, and you've read about, you kind of read whatever crosses your path when you had the option. You once read a little bit about mind flares. The way they're created is through ceramorphosis. It is where one of their little larvae enters a host body, and over a period of time becomes a full illithid. They take on roughly the same shape and size, coloration as other illithid, 6 or so feet tall. There are the occasions where ceramorphosis does not quite go as planned, and they stay somewhere between their original form and their new form. And they don't take on all of the sinister qualities of mind flayers, and don't lose all of their original nature. And you see this little figure. He points something at you that looks vaguely like a small crossbow, but has no armature, no spring, no string. "Who are you?"
Are you ready?
I'm still a cat.
We came here because our friends were dragged into here by things that the other guys sent, I think.
He looks at the dead corpse of the carrion crawler. He says, "They usually bring food. I guess they mean for you to be food, but we don't. We have supplies."
I heard a cry for help and saw this ship. I couldn't understand what the message was, but it sounded like a call for help.
And he points his contraption down, puts it in his robe. "You heard the beacon."
I suppose.
Ah, maybe you can help us repair the ship. I am Dredovix.
I'm I am stunned. I am Elena. These
Question
are
mark?
my travel companions, the Agents of SHAILD, and I don't know what's going on here. Where do you come from? Dredovix? Am I saying that right?
Dredovax. Dredovax. What the heck?
Sounds like a character from Asterix and Obelix.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Oh my god, good.
My companions and I have crashed. We come from the Astral Sea.
Where is?
He just points up.
Stars.
Oh,
We fly among the stars.
this can do that.
When it's working,
Well, what brought you here?
we were exploring. We sensed lots of magic. And doing a little bit of a strange light show, the ship lost power and we crashed.
Cat. Oh, I turn back into I turn out of my cat form back into myself.
Laurel, do you know how to fix
Oh.
these things?
Yeah, this is really strange. What on earth? This is not of Earth. What do you need to fix this?
Our power source was destroyed by the light show. The magic within it sapped it and it cracked. We need a psi crystal or something similar of a power source, and we will be able to leave. We unfortunately cannot trust the Scridlings. They are stupid.
We?
My companion and I.
Who is your companion? No.
He is upstairs.
So you have nothing to do with Chardolin or Oral or Cephek? Have you seen a tall, handsome guy walking around?
You are the first humanoids we have seen.
Good.
What kind of crystal are you looking for?
My companion's name is Vorin. Vorin Kuwal. I am Dredovax Sinfiz.
Great. Thank you for telling me.
The psi crystal. We have a detector that could find them.
Psi crystal. That doesn't sound real.
It is a type of crystal that is imbued with psychic energies and powers.
Oh, okay. Now it sounds real.
We have only been able to detect one. It is kind of far from here, north. Seems to be in a cave.
Oh, we're not gonna go north to a cave. No offense, but we're not gonna go north to a cave right now. We could eventually.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time.
How so?
Our life support systems have failed. We can no longer feed the ship, fly the ship, and it can only sustain us for so long.
And you not live on here?
We will run out of food. I don't think you want us, scrounging.
Do you eat what I think you eat?
What do you think?
Right?
And as you say that, the three squidlings go, and Dradovex goes, his things twitch.
That is correct.
Okay.
We have a supply of brain liquefactor, but it will only last us so long.
Aren't y'all small? Can't you like take out like some squirrels or something?
Hey, tell you what. Tell you what.
Mm?
Can you fight? You and your little squidlings?
The squidlings, they mostly feed,
And he
They're-
pulls
but they're
out
really good at that.
or if it's paralyzed, yes, very, very effective.
and then he pulls out his little almost crossbow-like thing.
I have this, and we have bigger ones.
What are those?
And he says a word that means nothing to you and looks for understanding on your face.
That means nothing to me.
Mm-mm.
He points it at one of the crates and pulls the trigger, and a flash of light shoots out of it and blows off a corner of one of the boxes.
It's a
And
freaking
it,
taser.
and it makes a pew sound.
Oh. That's more than a taser.
What sort of magic is this?
Science.
Magic?
Science.
I hear
Scions?
you say one thing, but I only understand the other thing.
Agents, I have an idea. Can we huddle up for a second?
Yeah.
Dardovic, can you give us a second, please?
Dradovex.
Ve-
Sinfizz.
Right,
Farron
Sinfizz.
Aquay. Laurel.
I'm gonna turn my back to him.
Elena Caldwell.
I
Do
think
not try to deceive me.
My name is Shield. I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, so listen, wait, this could work for us.
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
eat brains. There is a whole castle of Dwergard that we want to get rid of.
Exactly.
So if we're gonna help them, they can help us by eating their brains.
Exactly. But only some of the Duragard we want eaten. Because the other Duragard are...
Hopefully?
The Mutzgard are supposed to be good.
Yeah. I mean, we can try to aim the violence, I suppose.
Right. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure...
Yeah.
So long as we take down the big guy.
Yeah.
That's the goal right there.
Just tell the
Okay.
good ones to take a vacation. It'll be fun.
They all need, the good one needs to, like, face paint or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Kind of
I think I
between this huddle, another gnome Ceramorph appears, slightly different color, and he looks up at you.
You want us to do what?
Okay, you listened to it anyway. There are some bad Dwergard. If you want us to help you, you have to help us.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because the whole group is
Mhm.
trying.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely backing you up.
Theron persuasion.
Oh boy.
Okay, I rolled high. That's an 18 minus 2, 16.
I don't think myself or Dradovex can go but we can send the golem and the squidlings with you.
Why can't you come?
We must continue attempting repairs. If anything can be done, we must try to do it.
Will the squidlings listen to us? No.
This one looks over to the squidlings and goes, and all of them go, and it's like a weird one tentacle salute from the 3 squidlings.
They will listen.
Your dialect is very aggressive, sir.
Wow.
Your dialect is terrifying.
One more thing.
And the crate that had the corner blasted off it, you watch as the top just kind of lifts off it and falls to the ground. And then one laser pistol, much like what Dredovix and Vorin have, comes floating out. And then a much longer one, a laser rifle, comes floating out.
These can help protect you. Unfortunately, when they run out of charges, they are useless. Point this end at what you want to die. Pull trigger when you want it to die.
Okay.
Do not point at anything you do not want to die. This is safety. Push this button, nothing dies.
Sounds like it should be that would be good against a dragon.
They're good against anything. You shoot it.
It will die. I got that part.
Yeah.
So you now have a laser pistol and a laser rifle.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
What
my
is this
God.
game anymore?
I love this game.
Are we allowed to actually use them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
They
my
use-
gosh.
Nobody is proficient with firearms or alien weapons. So
Laser pistol.
to use these, it is a D20 plus your dex mod to hit. No proficiency. I will drop them into Call's bag.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, give one to Elena and see what happens.
Yeah,
She
like,
has
have a
zero
good
dex. She has 0 dex.
Yeah, I mean, I
have a
can put them
14.
whoever wants one
No,
where they're
okay.
at. They do offer 1 laser rifle, 1 laser pistol.
I have a +2.
I also have a +2.
Call also has a +2.
+2.
And Elena's got a +0.
I don't know
Alright, we
if distance assault is really Call's style, but he could have one.
Put some point blank wet work. Yeah.
And you all kind of get a flash, like a vision in your head of how these things work. So you all get a rough instruction of how to reload them, because they are 1 shot per turn, then require a little sequence of events to reload it before it can be fired the next turn. If you have 2 attacks, you could use your second attack to reload it. And that's where we're going to end this evening. You have
Okay.
vaguely befriended 2 gnome ceramorphs, 3 squidlings, and their
And now we have guns.
Flesh
We
golem.
have space guns.
you have space guns
in a spaceship.
in a spaceship.
We need the psi crystal.
And, like, this is for anybody that's like might be questioning it, like there's the ship in the book. This is legit. Chris Perkins, you crazy guy.
All hail the deity of Picard.
There are 4 lights.
Wow.
Oh, goody.
What just happened?
Yeah, what on earth? How did these guys come to be, and then how did they wind up in space? How did they go from the Underdark to space?
Did they though?
You tell me.
Mind flares do not originate from the Underdark.
Oh, they just like to hang out there? Okay. All right. Sure. It's, the edgy place to be. I get it.